Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch. Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, May 1st. The Vols once again series win. What a just electric weekend. Let me get this light on. I'm a little dark in here. I'm sorry. Let's get there we go. Get the influencer light on.
There you go. It looks good on
Yeah.
you, dude. You should make a TikTok
you.
later.
I already have hundreds, thousands of them. You'll never find them though. Buried deep. Like the hopes of Auburn this weekend. Listen, we talked about how Auburn was a pretty good baseball team. Credit to them. I mean, outside of Friday night's 3 innings, they gave Tennessee everything they could.
Oh, so we're doing like the Florida announcers. You know, if you take away.
Oh, no. I'm saying no. I'm not saying they would have won the series, or I'm just saying credit to them for that series. I mean, legitimately, 3 innings. Everything else is that game. If it doesn't get away from them, it probably doesn't. It doesn't end up being what a 15-point run margin, 13 point, whatever it was. But
yeah, if Tennessee didn't have Ben Joyce, Drell Ortega, Drew Gilbert, Jordan Beck, Auburn wins that series. 100%.
Ben Joyce, I mean, just absolute golly. That's lightning. 105.5.
Fastest pitch in college baseball history.
And maybe the fastest pitch in baseball history. I found some conflicting.
Yeah,
There's a rumor that Nolan Ryan threw 108, and he could throw hard.
Well, there's also like apparently Aroldis Chapman did 105.8.
See, I saw 105.1 as the number I found.
Right, that's what, and then it was like I guess confirmed at 105.8. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's damn fast. It's way too fast, and it's not normal. And man, what a huge boost that was! Because I'm gonna give myself a little bit of credit. I said this weekend. What did we say going into the weekend? Leadoff guy.
We said a lot of things, so I'm not. Yes, that
needs to be Christian Moore, and it was. I think every game except Saturday, which he lost that game. So I'm not saying that was because of that, but but I also before the game I was talking about like, Redmond Washington's been great throughout his entire career, but like things like that happen when you have a guy throwing 85. Like it just happens. They run into one, and it's not fast. If you do make a mistake, that a lot of times they're gonna make you pay. So I'm like, dude, we got Ben Joyce throwing 105 now. I was gonna say I said 104, but
he sat at 103. I mean, he constantly threw 103.
Right. So it's like, let's use that. Let's stop putting him in when we're up by 10 runs. Like this is the first time that he's actually pitched, and it's been meaningful.
Oh yeah, and it is. I feel like it is a little bit ballsy when you're tied, just because if they catch one clean, it's gone. I mean, we joke about Lindsey Nelson. You could hit a pop fly off 108 or 105, 105, and it's going to go a long distance. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's a little nerve wracking, but I mean, if he did anything, the last couple of weeks to prove he needed the big moments. I'm sure the coaches have seen what we all saw today, because we haven't seen that dominant of a performance from him. I mean, would it take him 4 pitches in the 8th to get out of the 8th inning?
Yeah.
I mean making
One-
guys chase. They're
one
not
hit.
catching anything clean. Yeah, and I mean, he's fine. The fact that he has any control with that is insane. I mean, and today he just dominated with it, and he didn't make Evan Russell work too hard. Usually when Ben Joyce comes out, he's got to block a couple pitches. I mean, which is expected when a guy throws that hard.
Mhm.
Not the case today. I mean, just phenomenal. It was a clinic. I mean,
Well,
just insane.
that's like, I guess people that don't really watch Tennessee, it's like, oh, he's throwing that hard, but he can't control it. That's not true at all. 53 pitches, 41 were strikes.
He had
That's
53
nuts.
pitches today.
Yeah, 4 innings, 1 hit, 6 Ks, no walks. I mean,
See, I feel like
the
he was
kid can
more efficient
fill
than
it
that.
up throwing that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
28 of those pitches were over 103 or higher.
bless. Well, and it's insane. His changeup, I mean, is nasty.
Oh yeah.
How do you get it down?
touch
How do you get what do you get it down to? 87 today?
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, that's insane. He had batters chase. It was phenomenal to watch. It was a ton of fun to watch. We already knew what a weapon he was, and then he comes out and dominates in a rubber match. He comes into a top ball game.
Mhm.
I mean, all Tennessee had to do is score 1 run. Thankfully, you get a 2-run homer from Beck in the freaking river. What it ended up going?
Did anybody think?
24 feet.
Yeah, did anybody think that wasn't going to be a home run when he came up to bat?
I've called it so much this year because it's such a safe pick. It's like, I mean, it's like playing roulette, and you think it's like picking, number 1 on 36 odds. But no, you're betting black or red is the thing.
Right. It's
And
50-50.
I bet black and red too much. So I set that roll out and lost. It just is what it is. But I guess it was a little bit of battered Vols syndrome from Saturday night where Auburn knew it. Tennessee fans knew it. Everybody watching knew it. They weren't out of it when it went to the bottom of the ninth. Auburn still had to pitch that inning really, really well, not make mistakes. That's another thing about Saturday's game. It was just a mistake game. And Tennessee made more mistakes than Auburn. Auburn capitalized on them. Tennessee capitalized on Auburn mistakes. I mean, it just felt like it was going to be the first team to not put on their best was going to lose that game. And unfortunately, it was Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, wild pitches and stuff like that caused runs. Neither team played great. A lot of mistakes in that game, and
that's what happens when you play a series, though.
Yeah,
and credit to Auburn for taking advantage of it.
And that's baseball. I mean, you're going to have games like that. I thought what was really impressive. I mean, we heard Sonny Deshar was going to be good. That is pretty damn good.
He's good, and he's heavy while doing it. I mean,
yeah, he's not a great first baseman. He did make some big plays, but he also dropped a pop fly today.
Yeah.
And
that was a cluster, and they both looked very mad at each other.
Oh, they were.
They
were very mad at each other.
And I'm like, that feels like a simple solution. Only one of you messed up. So
well, and being right there, like right where that happened, I mean, we are all just drop it. Like,
yeah.
There's no way they hurt each other.
Well, and so someone's got to be shouting, I got it. Hoping that's got to be someone's job. Just one person, you got to isolate and get the I got it going.
Right.
So
we're so damn good.
I love it. It's so much fun. This team is awesome. Yeah, I do want to talk about the fireworks, Kevin, on Saturday. I'll go on the record as saying, listen, Tennessee doesn't look good when that happens. You've been chirping all year. You can argue the bat flip was a little over the top, but I mean, you could argue that with some of Tennessee's bat flips. I think if we're going back into was Tony calculated when he got ejected and suspended, I think he might have been calculated in that move too. I think he knew what he was doing. Because I don't think that team gets fired up if Tony doesn't toss that bat back to him. I think everything no one reacted to the bat flip. They reacted to the chirping that followed Tony's bat flip back.
Well, so
no one came out of the dugout. There may have been words of exchange, but no one came out of the dugout until that.
So Auburn came out of the dugout yelling "F you," blah blah blah. And I think Tony maybe in his mind was just gonna, like, he was mad and probably tossed it, but not
Well,
like Adam. But
let's
when they
be
came out saying the F words, I think I think he was just like, God, and just kind of
well,
tossed. But it was the perfect, like, me
it was a
and
warning
Chris
shot.
Zerker, me and Chris Zerker were talking about this today. Is like he flipped a bat. Was it a little close? Maybe, but it hits perfectly and flies right to the dugout.
Yeah.
So
he
I
threw
mean,
it.
like,
He threw it. I don't think he was trying to throw it in the dugout. He would have
no,
made
he
it.
was
Did
not.
you see? Did you see that bomb he hit? I mean, he would have gotten it there.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, it was a little aggressive. But listen, that's what makes college baseball, college athletics fun. Like
you
that was
flip the
fun.
roles. Tennessee's doing that same thing. Drew
Yeah.
Gilbert's flipping a bat just like that. If you're beating the number one team, you go ahead in the ninth on a 3-run bomb, and I don't think that he'd hit like 3 home runs all season. Like it wasn't like this was something expected from him. He hits that to go ahead against number one Tennessee on the road. Oh, dude, flip that thing.
Flip it. And hey, credit to Auburn. You got to have some freaking kahunas to know I got a game tomorrow against these guys, and I'm still going to come out the dugout and tell them exactly what I
Absolutely.
think about them. Because listen, you had a game left, and you got Tennessee fired up, especially right at the end of that game. They had to sleep on that one, and it didn't work out. But hey, credit to you for having the big balls. I love it. People can't say it's just Tennessee anymore. You can't. We knew it wasn't, but you can't. We saw Auburn doing it. They put on the Eagle, which is, I mean, you're directly copying Tennessee. So,
dude, everybody in Major League
flattering.
Baseball does a home run celebration. They put on a jacket, they put on a chain. Like everybody has their own thing. I don't know who started that thing. It probably wasn't Tennessee who started the home run shenanigans or whatever Dave Van Horn says, but it seems like it's Tennessee kind of made it like public, I guess. They tried to.
Oh well, you just got all the.
Yeah, it got more publicity, and so everybody wants to do their own thing now.
Yeah, that, and again, listen, Tennessee fans, you can't even say it was thrown in the dugout. It wasn't thrown in the dugout. Thrown it at the dugout. You got to go, all right, listen, Tony and the boys, we love you, but that one you just got to eat. Like they beat you. You just got to eat it, come out and beat them the next day. Yeah. Or hey, get them you still got an inning. You had 2 half innings left on offense to play after that. That was top of the 8th, right?
When they hit that?
That home run was top of the 8th, wasn't it?
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday, the bat flip.
It was top of the 9th.
It was top of the 9th. Yes, okay, whatever. Not 2 half innings, but you do still have an inning at bat. And so you get a chance to get it back. You just got to eat it, unfortunately. But like I said, I think the Tony move might have been, hey, we're gonna go back at him right after this happens. Like we're not gonna wait.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, do I blame Auburn for doing it? Absolutely not.
No.
Do I love the fire from the team and Tony after that? Absolutely.
Yeah, and people can say, you got.
I don't think neither team was in the wrong. It was just
no. I'm glad it didn't result.
2 fiery teams competing, and maybe they got a little cute with it, and hey, we were cute back. It's fine.
Right.
That's what's growing college baseball, stuff like that.
Right, and I guess you can say it's always great because it didn't end in like a bench clearing brawl, like no suspensions from it, nothing like that. And then people are gonna act like Tony hurled that bat.
Chad Zerker was holding everybody back. If he wasn't so strong, everybody would have got through, and it would have been a all-out brawl out there.
Greatest get back coach.
I had some scissors. I was about to cut the net and get out there as well.
I like that. Kevin said Tony was saving the Batgirl steps. That's it. He didn't want her to get out in that mess. It was a melee. I mean, just keeping it safe for everybody involved. And no, it was
I never thought about that. Like, what are they doing? They're just like hiding,
going between everybody. I got it. No, that made the weekend more fun. It gets you a little fired up inside. You have a little hatred for Auburn, which makes the game a little bit more fun, gives you some more rooting interest. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure I didn't watch the beginning of the broadcast today. I got in about the 2nd or 3rd inning to the broadcast, and I got to imagine that video was shown a couple times before the game started.
Oh, 100%.
So makes it more fun. I like it.
Yeah. Don't blame either team for what happened. I honestly loved it. I thought it made today a lot more meaningful, which it's a rubber match against the two top 25 teams, so there's meaning behind it, but it just made a little bit more fire to the.
It almost elevated it again. Then it became like who can put up and who has to shut up. on this game. Like beyond just winning the series, that those fireworks from Saturday night definitely put a little bit more pride on the line.
Yeah. And now today, Auburn's probably still on their way back to their barn or whatever they go to.
It's fantastic. Tennessee to 40 wins. This team is just continues breaking records, and
I think it's the fastest team since
like
South Carolina.
2006 South Carolina team.
Yeah, I think they tied South Carolina, which the fastest team in the SEC to get to 40.
Oh, I love it. I love this team. 11 series wins. I think we mentioned that already. The number one team in college baseball.
Also, the first series win over Auburn since 2011.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that stat in.
Before
you brought it in. You brought it in Thursday.
Well, Thursday we're on a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, no, now we can brag about it.
Yeah. Breaking streaks, love it.
I just didn't like talking about it on Thursday before we had done it. You know, it hurt a little bit. Yeah, but man, love Trey Lipscomb continues being the home run king.
18, baby. Oh, also Tennessee already. I think 98 was how many home runs they had all of last season. Now they're up to like 101. They beat it on Friday.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
Friday was how close this series was. Friday, like, it'll never make sense having 3 hits going into the 7th inning, and you end up with 19.
That's where the announcers love saying, like, "Oh, hitting's contagious."
Yeah. Also, like, I don't envy anybody who had to listen to Bob Kessling this weekend.
It was thankfully you got a nice buffer today. You got our friend Cody Hahn there with Bob, so
I'm sorry,
made it worth it. Yeah, I know. Made it worth it for those listening. We didn't just have to suffer through Bob, so that was nice.
What about Auburn saying hello win column?
You got to expect it, man. You got to. I mean, that's just a clap at Tennessee. It's like it goes into the bat flip. I mean, we do it after every game. It's it becomes synonymous with Tennessee and John Wilkerson, and I think any team that beats Tennessee is now going to do that. I think that's
I mean, we definitely got a target on our backs, but I mean, you look at like every game we lost. I mean, there's only 4, so. I mean, every single one of those games was close. Yeah. It's not like you lost this game. You just got whooped one game. Like, you have a chance every single – like, you could be undefeated right now.
Yeah, that hurts a little bit more, especially like seeing Texas kind of fall apart after Tennessee. I know it's due to injuries, so and some other things, but it does kind of suck. If you played them now, it's a different game. Of course, the Alabama game, just one of those SEC games that are going to be tough, grinded out, came right off of a midweek loss. That was unfortunate. You just didn't play well. The environment was a little bit different. It stinks.
Yeah. Kevin asked, did y'all see the post from an Auburn fan saying Tennessee
which one?
Is juicing? Yeah.
Which one? Exactly. I mean, every fan says it after every loss. I mean, because that's what's funny. Tennessee can only beat you when they're cheating. That's how I know we've already gotten to them. Like Vanderbilt, only way Tennessee sweeps us is if they're cheating.
It's funny how many Vanderbilt fans come out of the woodwork to say something about Tennessee after Tennessee loses a game, but like, y'all got swept. Why are you even talking about us?
Yeah. I don't care about Auburn fans. I don't care about Vandy fans. I don't care about Arkansas fans.
It's us against the world, baby.
I'm cheering for the best team in the country. What about you?
Yep.
What about you?
I did. I got a great saying, and it's from Kelly Beam. I got to talk to Drew Beam's mom and dad today, and she said, "It's a good day to have a good day," and I love that.
Is that the first time you heard that?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm pretty sure I say that every game day.
I don't think so, no.
I'm pretty sure I wake up and it's a great day to have a great day is what I say.
Okay.
I put in great, but
I love that. Print the shirts.
It's a great saying. I agree. I just can't believe you hadn't heard that yet.
No.
I say that especially like before.
It's so simple, but it's so meaningful.
They vary. Bringing in life advice again. I like it.
Yeah, that's what we do.
It's always a great day to have a
This
great
isn't
day.
a sports podcast. It's a podcast about life.
It's true. It's very true. We've been certified life.
I also got to meet Will. Will, if you're listening, he said he listens to the show. So
Shout out, Will.
Yeah,
2 L's,
appreciate
1
you.
L. What are we working with here, Will?
I don't know.
3 L's, maybe.
He's from Memphis. He
first?
introduced himself, and I was like,
Shout out, 901.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I'm more of a Milan man myself. I think that's a little bit. I think it's Northwest Tennessee, but I like Memphis too. Pyramids, barbecue. I'm in.
Yeah, 901 Shelby Drive.
Love it.
John Morant,
Shout out, Will.
even though they lost today.
They did lose today. Yeah.
I did have $20 on the Warriors. So.
Well, I bet on the Braves last night, and so I lost big bet last night, and Tennessee lost. It was a lot of fun. I had a great Saturday night. Great Saturday night. I got a hot tip, not as good as Brody's tip, but a hot tip.
Are you not fading the Reds right now?
I'm not. Should I be fading the Reds?
Yeah, they've lost like 16 straight.
To the spread?
Huh?
Against the spread? Just straight? Like
just
money
straight,
line?
Yeah, just money line.
Well, that's got to end someday. I think we robbed the Reds.
Until they win?
Yeah.
No.
16 straight?
Yeah,
come on, baby.
We're keeping that streak going.
We need to get some futures on their next win. That's what we need to do.
I think I'm one close to just this weekend I've won $60 off the Reds losing.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
You know what was also great about today? Joseph Gonzalez. Really good pitcher. Didn't have a loss coming into today. Has a loss leaving today. Yeah, so it was 6-0 Joseph Gonzalez versus 8-0 Drew Beam. Drew Beam gets a no decision. Ben Joyce ends up getting the win, but you left Gonzalez in a little too long there, bud.
And yeah, isn't that tough when you feel like he's pitched really well. You get to that point where it's like, all right, when do we go away from him? I was thinking, with Ben Joyce, it's like, do you just bring? Which you'd already been so deep in your bullpen. Who do you bring in to close out? Like, I don't know. If Redmond had a night Saturday, does he close that out? If he has a different night?
So I think it's just the way Ben Joyce is pitching. No, you got to keep riding that guy.
That's fair.
But yeah, I do think if
it's just a weird line. It's a weird. What I was going with that is like it's a weird line to find like how far can they go when they're pitching really well, and when do you because
you also got to look at where's the opposing lineup at.
Yeah, that's
you give up a hit to Luke Lipsius at your 2-hole. You're going into Jordan Beck and Drew Gilbert, who are two projected first rounders. They haven't had a great day so far. So are you like, are they due? Like they've seen this guy now. This will be their fourth or fifth time to the lineup. Like, is this a spot where I go to somebody else?
Right. And it probably depends too what they have in their bullpen. But that's the thing. Like with Saturday night, you were in the heart of your lineup going into the bottom of the ninth, and they pull it out. Now it's different because you still have a starter in the game today when they got there. But no, yeah, it's they definitely left him in a little too long. It was good to see.
Yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda, didn't.
Loved it. Do it again. Dare you.
Do it again. Dude, Drew Gilbert had a freaking fantastic weekend. I'm gonna get into kind of stats and everything tomorrow on the bat flip, but dude, oh my god, super impressive. I'm just impressed.
Love it. It was a great weekend from a lot of guys.
The Virginia pitcher, I can't think of his name, Steven something.
Yeah.
But he was like, who's the best hitter in college baseball? And I just said, whoever's at bat for Tennessee.
True. Accurate. Are they wearing Tennessee orange? Yes or no? No, they're not the best they're not the best hitter in the country.
Correct. I do want to ask you a question, and Chris Zerger asked me this today, is like, who, if you could have one person from last year's team be back on this team, who would you pick?
Ooh.
Me and him had the same idea. I just want to see if you have the same idea.
I don't know.
And if y'all in the chat, if you want to get in on this as well,
Yeah, do that because I want to sit on that one for a minute just because I'm thinking there's probably a couple different guys that I'd choose for hitting. Wouldn't necessarily choose them defensively.
I'll go ahead
There's
and kind of tweet that out.
Okay, so I mean, I feel like there's a ton of guys hitting wise. I mean, the two obvious that's in that scenario are Gilbert and Beck and probably Lipscomb. Do they add enough defensively against each other? Like who gives the most? Another one I want to toss out your thoughts. Another year with Evan Russell at catcher, and in the lineup with. I mean, who behind him? I mean, Charlie Taylor obviously defensively, but how do you replace him in the lineup then? So I think that's an interesting one that popped into my head. Get another year behind the plate. Pitching, does Blake Tidwell even leave after this year? Because that's a guy that obviously has a chance to come back with not having a full season. Where does he end up? Does he get the money he wants?
I'm talking about from last year's team to this year's team.
Oh, I thought you were talking about keeping around this year.
No. From last year's Omaha team to this year's team.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things that if you're looking into next year, who's going in the draft, who might stay around. So yeah, that's impossible to kind of predict right now. But yeah, from last year's Omaha team to this year.
Last year's Omaha team. Okay. All right. Well, let me change my line of thinking here. It's not someone in the infield. I feel like you replaced them very, very well so far. Maybe Liam, just because of what he was in the lineup. I mean, it's Pavoloni then, right? That's got to be the guy. He completes this team so well, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could go with a lot of different guys. I mean, I don't know where you'd put some of those pitchers, but I mean, Chad Dallas is a guy I would love to have back in this team too. Just his demeanor and how he carried himself. So there's definitely not a wrong answer. My pick was Liam, just because, like you said, his production at the top of the lineup. I mean, I think you have great play at shortstop with Cortland Lawson,
right?
But I think one thing Tennessee's kind of missed is that leadoff batter since Jared Dickey's kind of dealt with injury.
Yep, I mean he popped in my head. Rocky Top Price kind of went with me. Pavoloni. I think he just completes the lineup so much. I think that's the first guy I go with.
I think Sean Humley would be huge too.
That's the thing too, is there were a lot of good pitchers on that team, but there's been a lot of guys pitch well this year. Like you said, what do you do with that? What do you do with that staff if you add another guy to it? It just, again, good problem to have. Good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, cool, interesting topic there. If you have somebody different or you just kind of want to add to that, just let us know in the chat.
Read that. We got some more people in here, so read the question off again.
If you could have one player from last year's Omaha team back on this year's team, who would you pick? Just one. And you went with Pavoloni. That's your.
I think I've got to go with Pavoloni. Like I said, just because
I think that's a great one.
I like the Liam Spence one because, like you said, not that Cortland Lawson's been great at shortstop. His hitting's been decent. I feel like he's picked it up the last few weeks. But yeah, I mean, that would be a great one. Like you said, there's not a wrong answer. That would be a great one.
Yeah. Yeah. Just as like if Seth Stevenson could give you that, not even the whole production, just like maybe sniffing 400, 360, 375, something like that. You're sniffing that with his kind of speed.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it's insane.
For sure. I'm going to also go with Pavoloni because, like, speaking of Seth Stevenson, nothing against him. That puts Evan Russell in left field.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You've kind of went with a lot of different options there. I mean, If you say you did have that Connor Pavoloni, Evan Russell, and left, who's your DH?
Right, like as today.
I mean, it's probably got to be Jared Dickey, right?
Right, but today I'm staying with Christian Moore.
Yeah,
that's why I said today, yeah. But I agree. I don't think it changes there. I would love to see Seth Stevenson come in late in a game after Evan Russell gets on base to pinch run.
yeah.
I mean, I would love that. Would love it. Nothing more. Oh man, I like that question. It's a good one. Good fun. Well, it's hard to talk about. It's hard to find things to complain about when you're winning 40 games.
Yep.
In first day of May.
Really fun weekend. Just nice weather too. It didn't rain.
So much.
It wasn't too hot.
It did. We thought maybe today it was pouring in South Knoxville this morning.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe for a minute I didn't even look at the weather. I was just like, oh crap. And it cleared up by like 11.
Yeah, it got hot around the 8th or 9th inning. The sun came out, and I was like, oh God, I didn't bring sunscreen.
Your dad not there today?
He was there. I don't think the sunscreen was in the bag. His sunscreen, his Bullfrog sunscreen might have been in there, but I'm not using that.
So Tennessee has a chance to get to 50 wins. That's their number last year of the team that went to Omaha by May 19th.
That's insane.
That'll be just 2 games left in the SEC, or in the regular season, excuse me. So before we're going to the SEC tournament. Whew. Can't wait.
Yeah,
see you guys in
SEC tournament, regionals, super regionals, Omaha. I mean, let's just keep winning. See how many we can rack up.
I mean, they have a very legitimate chance of hitting 60 wins this year.
How many home runs are going to hit?
Oh my gosh, if you play that many games. Especially because you get to play your regional and super regional and Lindsey Nelson.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's
Are you going next weekend? No, not next weekend. Georgia. Sorry. Next weekend is Kentucky.
I will be available to be there.
I didn't know if you already had tickets.
I don't have tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, I only bought some for like limited. Maybe I'll just do standing room only again. I don't know. Listen, if you get that, here's the thing, Landon. You get me down for a tailgate, and I mean, I'll get in the game. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Hey, Ray's always wanting us to tailgate with him.
All right, tell Ray I'll be there.
All right.
I'm gonna try. I was trying to look up what the most in a season were. The most wins. Looks like it was Oregon State. I mean, yeah. Here we go. I'll go here. Let's talk NFL draft though. Let's flip the page a little bit. Tomorrow night, bat flip Monday. Are y'all doing it tomorrow?
Not 100%, but that's the plan right now. Yes.
Okay. So Landon, Dylan will dive a little bit deeper in. Get your MVPs for the weekend there. Then also preview is it Alabama A&M? Is that this week or is that next week? Yeah, Alabama A&M.
Yes.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. And then everything going forward, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are the series. So no more Sunday games.
Kind of like that. I hate Thursday kind of sucks, but Sunday noon, like midday games, they're not.
Yeah, it's nice to just have that one day off.
Yep, there you
go. Also, Ben Joyce. This is my pick, and I've no. If I'm wrong, that's fine. I'm not getting paid to make those decisions, but Ben Joyce is my closer going forward.
It's hard to disagree with that. Very hard.
Just local kid from Knoxville,
That's right.
Shoving it. NFL draft.
NFL draft. Let's go to it. Did you watch any of it?
I did. Yeah.
All right, proud of you. I didn't watch Fridays. We got off here, did some homework, went to bed. as I was going to bed, see the AJ Brown, people just in an uproar over AJ Brown. So I mean, it was fun.
I don't get the Titans thing. I don't.
Well,
get it.
I get the position they were in because they messed up by overpaying for Tannehill. It's their
Oh
fault.
yeah, 100%. That's on them.
Like I get why they did it. They were forced to do it, but it's their fault early on.
Yeah. But
Whatever.
the whole
You
of
wanted-
we're trading. We got a great deal. We're trading him for a younger AJ Brown. I mean, maybe, but is that what you want to ride with? You want to ride with?
Right.
It's okay trading away your second best player.
Yeah. It's
It looked like Vrabel was pretty freaking pissed when they did it too.
I mean, I would be.
Oh, 100%.
I would be very upset.
100%.
Made things way more tough than they had to be on the Titans.
Right. But Tennessee did get 5 players drafted. That's more than 2019, 2020, and 2021 combined. You had Alontae Taylor going in the second round with the 49th overall pick. That's the second. Yeah, that's the second, or no. That's the third highest player drafted since 2017. Derek Barnett in 2017. And then Darrell Taylor is also picked in the second round with the 48th overall pick in 2020. And we kind of mentioned it on the show. It's like the intangibles are there. And I mean, it's crazy that going into like this past season, you're like, there's no way Alontae Taylor's getting picked in the second round.
Right. That was a little shocking.
Yeah.
Interesting. And weirdly enough, lands with Bryce Thompson, the guy he came to college with, kind of, and expected to be a duo.
Kamara.
Yeah, a lot of Vols down there, actually.
Yeah, who else is there?
You got Shot Tuttle, Marcus Callaway.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. I feel like I may be leaving someone else off there.
I know Josh Smith and Colton Jumper were signed there, but I don't think they're with them anymore.
I want to say it might be a Wolf. Ethan Wolf? Yeah.
Oh, Ethan Wolf. Yep.
That's who I left off there.
Yep. So the Saints love them Tennessee guys, so
apparently.
Pretty cool. And then Bayless Jones Jr. goes in the third round with a 71 overall pick to the Bears.
It's funny that we talked about him as a returner, and he went to like the two places we thought of. One, a Tennessee returner that was successful there, and then one of the greatest returners of all time in Devin Hester. So that was funny that happened.
Yep. Pretty cool little toy for Justin Fields next year.
Yeah.
Sure he appreciates that.
A little bit of speed never hurt.
Yeah, for sure. And then Matthew Butler gets picked in the 5th round, 175th overall to the Raiders. It's pretty cool that he got drafted where the draft was actually happening.
Oh, didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then Cade Mays, 6th round, 199th pick to my Panthers.
Yeah. Talked a lot made fun of the Panthers a lot.
Huh?
On Thursday.
Yeah.
We made fun of them a little bit.
They had a good draft. They got Matt Corral. They got the top tackle in the draft. They got Cade Mays, which I think, could be good for them. I was actually kind of happy what they did. It's very surprising.
Yeah.
We did draft a Baylor player, so you knew Matt Rule was going to do it somewhere.
Right.
But he was the fastest player at the combine, so
we just speed kills.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. And then Theo Jackson, 6th round, 204th pick to the Tennessee Titans. Man, that's just an awesome story.
Yeah, for sure.
Be from Nashville, get drafted by your hometown team. Wasn't invited to the combine, and barely played up until this past year.
Right.
Was kind of a role safety and, played in, some nickel and dime packages, but he wasn't like a true starter at Tennessee until this past season.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's to get drafted from that position is pretty remarkable. I mean, regardless of what round. So,
also, how crappy does this make Jeremy Pruitt look?
yeah, it's not the best story. Maybe even for Tennessee's defense too this year.
Right. Well, I mean, like,
regardless, good to see.
Like, none of these were Jeremy Pruitt recruits. Two of them were out of the transfer portal, but none of them out of high school. You could I guess Alontae Taylor was part of that class, but he was already committed to Butch Jones and then decommitted when he got fired, and then he
right.
committed.
I'll count it. I'll give Pruitt that leniency. I'll let him have him because it's not like it's not like you developed him too much.
Right, he was kind of dog crap under Pruitt. But
good freshman year.
Yeah, great freshman year. But after that, oof.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Most of those guys were Butch guys.
All right, last time we say his name. Moving on.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, favorite picks of the NFL draft? Best draft team? I mean, best team that drafted? Team that drafted best?
It wasn't the Patriots. Good God.
Are you going to, I feel like that's something you say just about every year, and then it looks like a really good draft class.
Yeah. I mean, getting a guy in the first round that you could have probably got in the third round.
Right.
But it's like, he's probably going to be in the Pro Bowl here in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, that was weird. The kid from Chattanooga. I mean, great on him. I think he's originally from Knoxville.
Yeah, is he Farragut? Is that where he's from?
I thought that was right. So good on him.
Right.
He convinced Belichick to do it, I guess.
He didn't draft it. They didn't draft a punter. So, speaking of the AFC East, they didn't draft a punter.
The Bills did get the San Diego State punter.
Right.
And that kid's good. I would have drafted him.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd draft a punter.
Yeah, probably not. When was it, in the 6th round though?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was late. It was late.
At that point, it's like,
yeah,
most of those picks aren't going to make your roster anyway.
Yeah, you're burning through a lot anyways. So
yeah.
No,
what about only one quarterback going in the first round? How wild is that?
That was pretty crazy. I don't even know if he needed to be drafted first round, which would have been crazier. But yeah, no, it's very bad quarterback class.
Did Jared Goff and Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, did they just ruin? Not ruin people. Like, just guys, we just can't draft a quarterback just to draft a quarterback first.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is like this draft class just didn't have the quarterback. So as crazy as it is, it makes sense.
I do applaud the Titans for going and getting Malik Willis. I think that was, for him falling, and kind of the same with the Panthers with Matt Corral. All those guys are falling. I think you get a quarterback at good value there.
Yeah, when it's a good value pick, for sure. Agreed. Kenny Pickett may have been a little bit, maybe a bit too high, but it's probably a good value pick too for the Steelers.
Well, my thing is, like, if it's not Pittsburgh, if he didn't go to Pittsburgh, does the Steelers still draft him at 20?
Say that again. Sorry. Oh, if he didn't go to the call, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would think, I don't know how much that changes it. I don't know.
Yeah.
No clue.
I just thought it was interesting.
There's not, like, nobody has really like criticized it heavily, and I'm not going to. I don't think it was even probably a little high for Kenny Pickett, but it's also a team in need of a quarterback, so needs change a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was definitely hard to kind of mock it, because, like, with trades and everything, it's impossible anyway. But there was no, like, oh, this guy, if he's on the board, he's going here. Like there was no kind of
Right.
like even Trayvon Walker, like a month ago, no one was picking Trayvon Walker in the first 5 picks. And he ends up going number 1.
It's a good point.
Nakobe
point.
Dean, I know he's not, looked at as the prototypical linebacker, but the way he played for Georgia this past season, how does a guy like Quay Walker go before him?
Yeah, I mean, it's I can never make sense of a lot of these picks, so it's I don't know.
We're not getting paid to do it, but
for sure. So I guess I shouldn't be too worried about being wrong. But
what about
it's
Ohio
very
State
different.
wide receivers? Good for them.
Yeah.
Olave,
I was gonna say,
Garrett Wilson, and then Jamison Williams was at Ohio State before they went back to back to back.
and I was gonna say too about going back to quarterbacks. I think I might like Desmond Ridder better than Kenny Pickett. I might. So maybe Falcons got good value. Maybe.
Okay. When did he go?
It's like 74th overall, I think, something like that. I was just looking at it. Yeah.
Do you think Desmond Ridder is better than you think Desmond Ridder was a top quarterback?
The top, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying he should have gone first round either.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I might have been the number 1 quarterback. Kenny Pickett's good. He made a nice living from extending plays is where he benefited the most.
So do you like Matt Corral? Would you put him in that conversation?
Oh, I think that benefits you less in the NFL. You don't get chances to extend plays like that. You got to be really good in the pocket. And if you're not good in the pocket, you got to be really, really good at extending plays. But I mean, I would put Matt Corral in just that category, extending plays over Kenny Pickett.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he played in the SEC too, which we can talk about the top defensive lineman if we'd like to, and why that's important.
True.
No, I don't. I mean, like I said, I don't think the Steelers pick there was just atrocious. I just don't. I mean, I could have seen Kenny Pickett falling. That wouldn't have shocked me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you need help at quarterback. You get a quarterback, but is it really gonna help you at quarterback? I don't know.
Right. To be determined. Small hands, man. Can't trust those people.
Right. Dylan.
Let me look up Desmond Ridder's hand size, and I'll get back to you on who should have gone first.
I'll say wears gloves, okay?
He don't wear gloves. He wears 1 glove on his throwing hand, which is a weird. Just wear 2 at that point.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Just wear 2.
You're just wasting that other glove, okay? They come in pairs.
Exactly.
It's kind of messed up that he does that.
He needs to make a kicker at least, or somebody wear 1 on their left hand. They probably have the same size
hand.
hand.
There needs to be shirts out there saying Kenny Pickett is wasteful.
Agreed. When is PETA going to come after him?
Right. He definitely will.
I'm sure there's some kind of animal used in the making of those gloves.
Yeah, got to be.
So come on, PETA, step up your game. Are you even doing your jobs anymore?
Right.
You couldn't get it's still the bullpen. You couldn't even get it changed to a cool name, Arm Barn. So come on, that's just atrocious.
Yeah.
Atrocious. Now let's,
I mean, with all the cancel culture, you can't cancel Kenny Pickett for being wasteful.
Come on.
What are we even doing? We're wasting so much attention on Elon Musk that we're not even going after Kenny Pickett.
Are people mad at Elon?
I don't know. I feel like some people are, but I feel like some people are just like acting like people are mad. Like
right.
You honestly can't really care that he bought Twitter, right?
Like faux outrage is more powerful than actual outrage sometimes.
Right.
Like I'm outraged that you're outraged, even if you're not outraged.
Yeah.
I don't care. Whatever. Just
he bought Twitter. Cool.
Just get rid of
the money. I probably would too.
Get rid of the sponsored tweets. That's all I ask. Which we're probably going to see an influx of them now. But
as long as he gets us an edit button, I don't care.
I'm against the edit button. I'm against it.
Really?
Because I don't want to hit retweet on a tweet and then someone go and edit that tweet. And that's on my timeline. That can be a dangerous tool.
I just hate like you put off a fire tweet and you misspelled something or put just an extra space to just like.
I think that's what makes Twitter great, though. You see the messages that still become beauty.
I hate it because I'm doing so many different things. So when I fire off a tweet, it's just like, and everybody's just waiting for you to mess something up. Like last night, there was like a person. Oh, he hit a 3-run home run. No, he did not. He hit a 2-run home run.
Yeah, that's not your fault. That's that guy's fault.
I know, but it's just
idiot.
like people are just waiting. Like, who cares?
Oh, I agree.
Score right.
That guy's an idiot. You got it right completely. So who cares? I saw that.
Churlish.
I was like, would you, before you corrected somebody on that, would you not go check? I was wondering about that.
Yeah, if you're checking me, check yourself.
What did he respond? I didn't see.
He said, "Oh, you're right." Something like, "I looked away for 1 second," or something like that.
Well, you should have looked away from this tweet for 1 second too.
Yeah, right. Ugh.
I love it. We got any questions? We got any? Got some people. Kevin over here. Appreciate you, Kevin.
I don't know if we have any questions.
All right. Let's get some most important of the week going. Bonk to everybody on Twitter today. You guys are all bonked. Every single one of y'all.
Yeah, can we stop being so thirsty on Twitter? I get like you can say whatever you want, but it's like it's kind of gross.
At least don't put your name on it, you know? Like have a burner for that stuff.
Yeah. Can you just like it and go on? Like, I mean, you don't have to sit there and just like gaw at stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very weird.
Oh, people are just different, I guess.
Right. I've got one important here. I'm gonna see how to pronounce their name because I honestly don't know. But Nashville opened up their new stadium today. Have you seen it?
No. Oh yeah, I did. Dude, yeah, I did.
It's gorgeous. I think it's the largest soccer specific park. I called it park because that's what it says. Largest specific stadium in the country. So that's awesome. I think is it Geodis? Geodis? I don't know how to say it. Geodis Park. Man, it's they did phenomenal on it.
When are we going?
Well, me and Dylan and Jesse are going in July. If you want to hop on that trip.
How much are tickets?
We haven't gotten that far. Why are you? Come on. I think I went to look at how much they were, and they didn't even have like single game option for that game yet because it was so far out.
How much are usually soccer tickets in general?
See, like when I went, it was like, but it was in Nissan Stadium. It was their first year. It was like their first year in the MLS. I think it was like $25.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, and it was.
I mean, I might just go with y'all to go to Nashville, and I'll just meet y'all at the honky tonks after.
You got to go to the game if you go with us.
We're just going to Broadway, baby. We're going to Kung Fu and then Broadway.
Yeah, but if you do it, you're okay. So the July ones don't come on sale for a while, but yeah, you got to go with us. You can't.
Wait, when is this game?
It's like July.
July what?
I think it was like 28th. It was like late July. You got to go to the game. Beer's way too expensive, so you don't even have the thought of buying. So that's good.
Good God.
Like you're not leaving that game. I spent $8 on beer, so that's good.
It's $8 for beer. That's not like
no. $8. See, $8 you buy, and then you actually accidentally buy like 2 or 3. These are so expensive; they're like $16. You don't ever buy them, so it's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nice to be priced.
Well, I hope they have the security like Vanderbilt does, where they're just.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're partying at the game.
Okay.
It's just we don't feel like we have to party under the law.
You better not let Dylan party too hard; he'll run off.
I hope he does. Yeah, that was my most important.
Mine is J.R. Smith, North Carolina AT&T Academic Athlete of the Year with a 4.0 GPA.
Oh, dang. Jeez. Also, his name's not JR or Junior. He's a junior. I hate that. Why are we doing that? Come on, guys. It's ridiculous.
Well, he's not even a junior. He's Earl Smith III.
Oh, he's a third? Oh, I think you're a junior if you're under them.
Oh, really?
Aren't you?
I thought you were
think
just
you
a
are.
third. I thought
It's
senior,
still weird.
junior, third.
His name should be Trey if he's switching it up. I agree with that. Ridiculous. I hate that stuff. Get out of here with that.
I think Earl Smith is an awesome name.
I agree.
Earl Smith III is the widest name I've ever heard of.
100%. 100%. Okay, fails. I've got one fail here, unless you still got some most importance.
I did have one. It's just an interesting fact that I thought was cool.
Fun facts. I like it.
The Malik Willis draft slide financially. If he went number 6 to Carolina, he would have got 4 years, $27.5 million, fully guaranteed. Where he went at number 86 to the Titans, he gets 4 years, $5.1 million, $921K guaranteed. It cost him $22 million.
Yikes. Hate that for him.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go ball out to make up for it, my guy.
Right. Get after that 3 year.
Yeah. That's all I got for most important.
I've got fail here. We were talking about correcting people on a tweet. 11.7 tweeted out Ben Joyce's pitch in the bottom of the 8th where he had that guy chasing on a breaking ball off the plate. Someone replied, said, "How in the world is that a strike?" They just commented back, he swung the bat and missed. He said, "In my defense, it was a check swing, but still too focused on the pitch only." He swung at the ball, which is where the pitch ended up. How did you miss him swinging?
And they checked to first base. And the umpire called him out. He swung.
Well, he said he didn't see the swing. It's amazing.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's right. It was way off the plate, but he thought he was getting something pumped 103 at him. He had to swing before the ball came out of his hand.
Dude, people would drive me nuts.
I love it.
I had like 8 people comment like the bat didn't even hit the dugout. Dude, I was right there. I watched it hit.
It hit into
the
the fence.
netting of the dugout. Yes, it did.
It bounced like twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
But it didn't get into the dugout. I'll give people that credit all day.
But it's like, oh, he had to take like 3 steps to get to that. He took 3 steps and the bat passed him and went and hit the dugout. Oh my God.
I love it.
I have one more fail, and it's in the NFL Network. Did you see this?
I did not.
It's a picture of Malik Willis, and a lady is standing next to him smiling. And the NFL Network said the proud look at Malik Willis's mom is giving him.
Oh no!
And then he tweets back and said, "That's my grandma."
Hey, compliment. I thought it was going to be a girlfriend at first. Okay,
but that's still just hilarious.
That's a compliment. They came out on the right side of that. Oh, it is hilarious, but at least could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Oh my gosh! I mean, how do you not kind of fact check that a little?
No,
bit?
you should definitely know in that situation who you're about to tweet about, because if you'd mess that up the wrong way, then you're in trouble.
Right.
Also, everybody that's calling the 105 fake, you're an idiot. What incentive does Tennessee have to lie about that?
Right. He's already thrown 104. What does it matter? Also, is that all Ben Joyce has? I mean, can he not just go up to 110? Right?
Hey, we're still not. The season's not over yet. Don't put that on him. I want to know what they put in his arm during Tommy John. It's insane. Insane.
Or juicing, so it's juice.
Just juice. Nothing big. Just juice.
Right.
Just juice. I like it. Guys, it's been a fun one, of course, with today's just phenomenal rubber match. I mean, makes it a lot more fun. Tennessee gets the dub, 11 series wins, 40 wins on the season, 40-3. You heard that right.
40-4.
Still 40. Wait, what?
40-4.
40-4. Sorry, four losses. I forgot about that Auburn one on Saturday. Easy to forget when you get the series win. But 40-4, you've got 11 games left in the regular season. I believe I just counted that right.
Sounds
3 more
right to me.
chances for SEC series wins. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Is that right? Yeah, Kentucky, Georgia, and Mississippi State. 3 more SEC series.
Only one
Three
more.
more Three more
home
midweek
series.
games. 12 games.
Okay.
We played Bellarmine again. Where are they located? They were playing them twice.
They're in Kentucky?
Kentucky? Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
maybe Georgia. God. I just looked this up.
Did you?
Like when we played Bellarmine, and I can't remember. Yeah.
I'll look at it real quick. Georgia?
Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Still a haul, man, for 2 midweek games.
Yep. Come on in. We're paying you.
Good little drive. Right. Guys, it's been fun. We'll see you guys back here probably tomorrow night. Check out Twitter for Landon. We'll get those details tweeted out, but probably tomorrow night for the bat flip. Thursday again to preview the Kentucky series.
Appreciate you guys.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, let's get them out. It was weird not having it next to me tonight. So let's do that next week. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.